I'm going to walk you through the Steelcase gesture office chair without the usual hype, because I know how frustrating it can be to spend a good chunk of money on a seat that either feels like a fancy stool or a cheap plastic throne. You've probably seen the glossy ads, the promise of all-day comfort, and the sleek Scarlet upholstery, and you're left wondering if the chair will actually hold up under your daily grind or if it's just another trendy piece that looks good in a showroom. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's break down what matters when you're deciding whether this chair is worth the investment for your home office or corporate cubicle. First, think about the kind of work you do. If you're someone who spends 8 to 10 hours at a desk, juggling between a laptop, a drawing tablet, and maybe a stack of reference books, you need a chair that moves with you, not against you. The gesture's biggest selling point is its synchronized seat and back mechanism. As you lean forward to type or shift back to read, the backrest follows the seat's angle, keeping the lumbar curve aligned with your spine. In practice, I've seen this work well for people who alternate between focused typing and more relaxed, reclined brainstorming sessions. It means you don't have to manually readjust a separate lumbar pad each time you change posture, the chair does it for you. For a freelance writer who switches between standing at a high desk and sitting low, that fluid motion can reduce the stiff after-sitting feeling that many traditional chairs cause. Adjustability is another area where the gesture tries to stand out. The seat depth slides forward and back, which is a small but often overlooked feature. If you have longer legs, you can push the seat back so that your knees stay at a 90-degree angle, preventing pressure under the thighs. The arms are fully adjustable in height, width, depth, and pivot. That level of tweakability is useful for people who share a desk with a partner or who occasionally work from a higher drafting table. In a real-world scenario, a graphic designer I spoke with told me they love being able to move the arm pads forward when they need to bring a tablet closer and then pull them back when they're using a mouse. The ability to fine-tune those positions saves time that would otherwise be spent fidgeting with the chair. Now let's talk about durability, the part that most buyers worry about after the warranty expires. Steelcase designed the gesture to survive 24-hour use, which is why the frame is a robust platinum metallic alloy and the wheels are specifically marketed for hard flooring. In an office with polished concrete or hardwood, those caster wheels glide without digging into the surface, and they're less likely to leave marks. The upholstery is a 100% polyester connect fabric, which feels softer than typical mesh but still resists snagging and spills better than a leather finish. For a home office that doubles as a family room, that fabric is forgiving if a coffee cup tips over. However, the polyester isn't completely waterproof, so you'll still want a coaster or a protective mat under anything that could leak. Where the chair falls short is where the price point meets the expectations of a broader market. The gesture sits in the premium tier, and while the 12-year manufacturer warranty does provide peace of mind, the initial cost can be a barrier for anyone on a tight budget. If you're a recent graduate setting up a modest workstation, you might find a mid-range ergonomic chair that offers basic lumbar support and decent adjustability for a fraction of the price. The gesture's advanced syncrotilt and extensive arm adjustment system are overkill if you only need a seat for occasional video calls and a couple of hours of spreadsheet work. Also, because it ships ready to assemble, you'll need at least a half hour of time and some basic tools to put it together. The process isn't overly complex, but it isn't as plug-and-play as a fully pre-assembled office chair. If you're not comfortable with a bit of assembly, that could add an unwanted hassle. So who should really consider the Steelcase gesture? If you're a power user, think software engineers, architects, writers, or designers who spends most of your day seated and you value the ability to fine-tune your ergonomics throughout the day. The gesture offers a level of adaptability that can help reduce fatigue and back strain over the long term. It also makes sense for companies outfitting a conference room where multiple users with different body types will rotate through the same chair. The adjustable seat depth and arm configurations can accommodate a wider range of people without needing separate chairs. On the other hand, if you're looking for a budget-friendly solution, if you only work a few hours a day, or if you're comfortable with a standard mesh chair that offers basic lumbar support, you might be better off spending that money on a larger monitor or a better desk surface. In terms of practical strengths, the synchronized back and seat movement, the